funk. Thoughts deep, boys steeped in the depths that he sunk. Big stress, depressed in the middle of fall. Sky gray, I late in the thick of it all. I wonder, how long can a human survive just staying alive or carrying the rest of the tribe? Waiting for the day to arrive or struggling dies, and I be doing way, way more than getting by. So why? Got myself a cup of coffee, sipping water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Hey, got myself a cup of coffee, sipping water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Realize life is so much more than just living a day. Every day I can sit and reflect and breathe and connect to myself and all that I've been given. See, giving up is not an option. So when I'm looking at gray skies, I'll be adopting a new way to deal with a test. Lord, relieve me of stress. The ring be looking like when blessings drop in. And so I got myself a cup of coffee, sipping water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Water in it softly, cleansing me of stress I hold. Hey, here we go. Yeah. Let's do this. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3. In times of test, let no harm beset me, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. In times of test, let no harm beset me, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. Woo.
Warning, the following image and/or content may be disturbing, offensive to some viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
My wife, 250,000 years. She has a maid. She has a chef. She has a personal stylist. It's my job from the bottom of her feet to the top of her head to maintain her, because she is a gift from God. That 250,000 goes into an account that I have no access to, only her, but she has her name is on every bank account that I have and every business that I own. Why? Because again, This is my gift from God. And the way I treat her is me praising God and thanking God. They're not only doing this over there in the Middle East, we're doing this over here too. And there's good brothers that love to maintain their women. Why? Because my money is her money and her money is her money. Who said that to you, y'all? God. God. So if you ain't maintaining your woman, you don't have to do it 250,000. But it should be your job to maintain her. Me, I just like to do it big because my woman is a blessing. She's a big blessing. All praises. So if she gets sick, if she's tired, if she's hungry, she's still going to maintain her home and still have enough finances to know if she's disrespected, she can leave and start a business to maintain her and bring more wealth in if she chooses. It's an option for her to do something for me. She doesn't have to. It's not mandatory. But I got a good woman, so all I can say is, oh, praise be the Most High. 250,000 is enough.
All I got to say is something. God lied to that dude for real. God literally lied to that dude. Or I don't know. You know, different people worship different gods these days. You know, so. What the hell? 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 Salute everybody. Welcome to the lounge. Y'all miss me? Y'all miss me? I know y'all miss me. I know y'all miss me. I know y'all miss me. I know. Salute everybody. Salute. Welcome to this episode. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Yes, son, I have been gone, but this Negro line on separate line, and y'all talking about I've been gone for like 3 damn weeks. This bro here. Ever been no 3 weeks, man. Ever been no damn 3 weeks at all, bro. Maybe like a week and a half, you know what I'm saying? But I've been doing good. I've been giving y'all some filler episodes until I went live again. Those of y'all who are sub to my channel, I appreciate y'all a whole lot. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yo, so I've been giving, hey, I've been giving y'all filler episodes. All right, I've been giving y'all fillers. Okay, so those of y'all who are sub up to my channel, I've been dropping a lot of shorts to y'all. I've been dropping a lot of videos with y'all as well too. Yeah. So I've been feeding y'all. I've been feeding y'all. I just haven't went live, okay? But I promise y'all that this episode and other episodes that I got lined up, it is going to be phenomenal for real. It is. We got a lot to talk about, y'all. We got a lot to talk about, man. I got a lot of research that I've been doing with y'all, dealing with this topic that I want to present to you tonight, because I believe this situation is, to be honest with you, like a lot of things I talk about, dealing with modern women, dealing with beta males, dealing with simps. It's a pandemic at this point, you know what I'm saying? It is something that is toxic and need to be talked about for real. It honestly do. And I'm going to break it down for y'all so y'all can understand exactly where I'm coming from, all right? So appreciate y'all tuning in. We forget to get into this content, but first, I appreciate everybody who's in the building right now. Salute. Salute. We got Constance in the building. We got my bro Liner in the building as well too. He said, hey, this show needs to be at least 3 hours to make up for the absence. Like, god damn, bro. God damn. Bro want me to work overtime tonight. Damn. Constance, she said, long time no see. Man, y'all literally acting like I've been gone for a month. I haven't been gone for a month. I just haven't did a live for almost a week and a half. I know y'all used to me going live like every single week. I know y'all used to that, but I had to go back into the studio to cook up this show for y'all today. So I have to go back and do a lot of research and stuff. Right. In the meantime, I was dropping all the filler episodes for y'all. So y'all can enjoy. All right. I'm just saying. So let me cook. Y'all. So a lot of y'all talk about the clip that I showed a few moments ago. First of all, Lionel, he's saying this sounds stupid as fuck. Then he said this dude is the same. Speak, what's up with it, man? Speak said that nigga is talking crazy in that clip. Yeah. Yep.
That's bullshit.
Absolutely, absolutely. We got on Selena in the building as well too. What's up with it? What is up? What is up with it? What is up with it? But yeah, we got a lot to want to talk about. We got a lot to talk about in this topic. Once again, I appreciate y'all tuning into this episode. All right, got a whole lot, man. Let's do this. Those of y'all who are coming in right now, I'm going to not only show the first clip again, but I'm going to show you an additional clip as well too, so y'all can understand where we're coming from with this topic that we're going to talk about tonight. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead. I'm going to share this. I'm sure this clip with y'all again, and I'm going to share some other clip as well too. All right. So let's get it.
My wife, 250,000 years. She has a maid. She has a chef. She has a personal stylist. It's my job from the bottom of her feet to the top of her head to maintain her, because she is a gift from God. That 250,000 goes into an account that I have no access to, only her, but she has her name is on every bank account that I have and every business that I own. Why? Because again, this is my gift from God. And the way I treat her is me praising God and thanking God. They're not only doing this over there in the Middle East, we're doing this over here too. And there's good brothers that love to maintain their women. Why? Because my money is her money and her money is her money. Who said that to you, y'all? God. God. So if you ain't maintaining your woman, you don't have to do it 250,000. But it should be your job to maintain her. Me, I just like to do it big because my woman is a blessing. She's a big blessing. All praises. So if she gets sick, if she's tired, if she's hungry, she's still going to maintain her home and still have enough finances to know if she's disrespected, she can leave and start a business to maintain her and bring more wealth in if she chooses. It's an option for her to do something for me. She doesn't have to. It's not mandatory. But I got a good woman, so all I can say is, oh, praise be the Most High. 250,000 ain't enough.
What's wrong with this generation today? These young boys today, what do she bring to the table? The hell you mean, man? What do your ass bring to the table? You got a woman that can come to the table that can make another you.
So what I'm saying is, black men, we got to be patient with our women because we created that personality.
We have to be held accountable for their poor selection.
No, you have to be held accountable because they have a poor selection.
What else she need to slide up to the table with?
My wife, 250,000 years. She has a maid. She has a to maintain. She has every God.
On you gonna call her crazy for her reaction when, newsflash, the most dangerous anger is built inside of the heart of a good woman. So what's really crazy is you lying to a woman who can read energy, like she ain't gonna eventually catch on. And even crazier is thinking you can disrespect that woman and she's gonna continue to respect you. I don't care how good she is. You don't get the same version of a woman more than once. You can try all you want to flip the script, but the version of that woman who fell for your first act is not sticking around for the next one.
When you first meet a woman, you should be spending money. I don't want to hear your fucking excuse why you don't. Then you don't like her. If you're a single man, 100%, that means you've been saving and stacking money. If you cannot send Zelles, pay for her nails to get done and hair done before a first date, or pay for some Shein items or Fashion Nova, you should not be fucking dating.
Men who are secure don't get upset when women say all men. Emotionally regulated men don't get upset when women say all men, because we understand why they would say that.
How can a woman be soft in a relationship with you when you are emotionally unavailable? You are rough, angry, dismissive. She has to be hard in a relationship with you. There's no trust.
Ladies, he wants a girl to have nice nails, but he's not paying for her manicure. He wants a girl to have clean feet, but he's not paying for her pedicure. He wants a girl to have nice lips, but he's not paying for her lip gloss collection. Ladies, if he's not investing in you, he doesn't deserve you. Yalla.
Listen, if a man asks you what you bring to the table, that man has a low credit score. He's not even asking you. He's just revealing his hands, his cards. He's doing this. Here's the situation. I got low credit. What do you bring for the table so that I can get a cosigner on that new challenger? I need somebody to move into the house and cut my rent in half.
You can't want a 50-50 chick and still want to be the man of the house. You can't expect your woman to go clock in and listen to another man for 8 to 10 hours and then come home and listen to you. It's not possible. It's not going to happen. So if you want to be the man and you want to be submissive and you want her to be to clean up the house and give you sex whenever you want, you got to show her that you the man. You got to let her live in her femininity. You can't be like, okay, go out there in the world and be a masculine, because you have to be masculine to survive the world, and then come home and be feminine to me. It ain't gonna work like that.
That's bullshit.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk about how women are grooming men into predatory simps. Once again, we're going to talk about tonight about how women are grooming men to be predatory simps. Okay. Look, we understand that the simp culture is usually framed as men, giving women, excessive attention. Y'all know how it is, right? But what if some of that behavior is a self-made, meaning that it's not something that, he's choosing to do? What if this behavior is something that women are conditioning men to be? Tonight, we're going to talk about this. We're going to analyze this. We're going to analyze some different grooming tactics that create these predatory simps. This particular episode is not only for the women out there, right? But this particular episode is for the men as well too. Because to be honest with you, when you create these predatory simps, it always be a one-way streak with them, meaning that when you create these predatory simps and you don't give them what they want, ladies, guess what? Guess what? They are the one who become toxic. They're the one who become narcissistic. They're the ones who want to do certain things to you physically, mentally, and spiritually as well too. So we're going to examine this tonight. We're going to talk about this tonight. Because I believe that this is something that we need to understand as a culture. We really do. We really do. Let's talk about, the framework behind this per se. I mentioned about grooming earlier, right? So when I mention about grooming, what am I talking about in this particular context? When I'm talking about grooming, I'm talking about literally shaping a man's behavior through rewards and through withdrawal cycles. All right, that means that men are reinforced when they overgive and they punish when they withhold. Once again, men are reinforced when they overgive and they are punished when they withhold. What I mean by that, as long as this man keep giving this woman the type of admiration that she's seeking for, right? She's going to reward him, or she's going to reinforce him. But the moment when he don't do that, she's going to withhold from him, or she's going to punish him. Now, the overall outcome of this type of grooming is dependency. Once again, the overall outcome is dependency, where the identity is tied to, exaggerated devotion. Y'all know how it is, right? Where you look at these women, right? It could either be in public spaces. Hell, it can even be online as well too, where as long as these women give some type of admiration to the man becomes empowered, he becomes influenced, and his behavior change. Okay, it could be something as simple as saying, "Hey, you look good today." It could be something as simple as liking a picture. It could be as simple as acknowledging that man during a live stream. Right? And that salute, welcome. I want y'all to also understand that there are tactics that are used to shape this behavior, right? So in order for y'all to understand this tactics, I have to kind of just break this thing all the way down for y'all, okay? See, look, There's a certain type of power dynamics and relationship that shows consistent conditioning methods that these type of women do to condition these men to be these predatory simps. All right. The first one is dealing with love bombing. Now, love bombing simply means that it's excessive praise when the man gives attention. Okay. Once again, it's excessive praise when the man gives attention. Love bombing is simply this. When this man give this woman this certain type of attention, she over exaggerated in return. She'll say, "Oh man, you do look good. Oh man, you do look great. Oh man, this and that or whatever." But her intentions is not pure in heart. Her intentions is not because she's actually physically attracted to you, but her intentions is that she's trying to condition you to a certain type of mindset or a certain type of behavior. She's conditioning you to a conditional mentality or a conditional relationship. I remember when I was on a content creator panel, right? And I was talking about conditioning, and I was challenging the panel, telling them that relationships are conditional. The reason why I was saying that is because there's certain type of both men and women, they use certain type of method to create conditional relationships. One of these methods I'm talking about right now is love bombing. Okay. There's another method as well too, and that deals with financial conditioning. Basically, financial conditioning is this: it's linking affection to gifts or tips or monetary support. Meaning this: these type of predatory women will use this type of behavior to get something out of the man financially. They'll be the ones, like I said on the lounge all the time. I actually did videos on this, shorts and different things like that. There'll be these type of women who simply say that they want their nails done. In order for you to go out on a date with them, you got to get their nails done. You got to get their toenails done. You got to pay for the full date. You got to pay for their kids' meals as well too. You got to do things for their children. All these different type of things that they do, right? Also, if you look at it from a social media perspective too, they do the same exact thing where they be gifting, they be tempting, they do monetary support. Like, say for example, if you're a content creator, right, they'll literally give you all these gifts and monetary support to show that they're supporting the cause. It's not your cause, but the overall cause is that they're using this to shape your behavior. They're using this as a conditioning method to show that they support you, but in reality, they don't. They don't. All they're doing is using you. This is also the whole concept of how women put dudes in the friend zone. Okay? Same as that concept. Where they literally will put these dudes in the friend zone, they're literally acknowledge this dude, right? Like, say for example, this dude, he'll slide into her DMs, right? He'll slide into her DMs. She won't acknowledge him. She won't acknowledge him for weeks, months, or whatever. Then all of a sudden, when her wells start going dry, meaning her money or whatever other type of dude or something that she was using for monetary gain, right? When that start drying up, then that's what she started recruiting new dudes. So that's what she ended up hitting up this dude, right? Hit him up with, "Hey, you. Sorry it took me almost a month to respond back to you because I've been busy. What are you doing today? My schedule is opening. Let's have lunch." And so the cycle starts where she want to have lunch with you, right? And then she automatically starts setting the stage. She starts shaping that dude right in there. Like, I want to have lunch at this certain type of spot or this certain type of place. The dude said, "Hey, I want to have lunch at this other type of place." She literally manipulated or convinced this dude to have lunch at a certain spot that she want to have. The dude ended up falling for it. Then once she had a conversation with that dude at that place, she make a determination where she's going to place this dude, or she's going to have what is known as a placeholder where she's going to place this dude. This dude going to be placed in several certain type of category. Either he's going to be friend zone, Either he's going to be the dude where she strictly just going to have sex with. He's going to be the dude where he's not friend zone, but he's going to be actually just the friend, period. Okay? He's going to be in a probably a placeholder where he's potential, right? And so she literally is manipulating or conditioning this man to be in this certain type of behavior. Speaking of which, the second the third type of conditioning is dealing with sexual teasing, meaning that they would suggest intimacy without delivering, reinforcing a transactional mindset. Now, case in point, what the dude who literally got himself put into the friend zone or whatever the case may be, right? She may every now and then try to manipulate that dude by sending him a little bit of nude pics, probably sending him a pic of her titties, or probably send a picture of her with, like bikini on or something, sensual and stuff, right? And this dude thinking that he's one step further to smashing this chick. But in reality, she's not going to let that dude smash, period. All she's doing is doing what is known as sexual teasing. She's sexual teasing this dude. She's manipulating this dude so she can reinforce a transactional mindset. As long as this dude abide by these certain terms and conditionings, right? Guess what? Maybe I will allow this dude to get to the next phase of wherever I want him to be at. The final conditioning method that they use is known as public praise, meaning that they'll reward you visibly, simping behaviors without withholding deep connections properly. What do I mean by that? Whenever this dude graduate into becoming this simp, right? These type of women, they'll reward him. They'll say that, hey, you're not like all the other dudes that I helped talk to. You're not like all the other dudes that I helped dated. They'll say things like this: these other dudes are toxic and mean or whatever, right? But you're not. You're different. You're special. While they're saying all these things, right, deep down inside, they do not have no type of connection to them whatsoever. They don't have no romantic connections to them. They don't have no sexual connection to them. They don't have no spiritual connection to them as well neither. And so they manipulate these dudes to thinking that by giving them this public praise that they're going to get something out of this woman in return. But in reality, it's not. It's not happening. It's not happening at all. Public praises come in different forms, where she'll probably at one point in time will bring you around her friends and say, hey, this is my friend guy. She won't say this is my boyfriend. She say, this is my friend guy. Oh yeah? So what y'all doing? Oh, we're talking and getting to know each other. And she'll do simple things like touch on you, whatever, to make it seem like that she's attracted to you and she's interested in you, but in reality she's not. Because all she's doing is reinforcing her tactic to get you into that simp-like behavior. She might even go further than that by introducing you to her family. It may be her brother, her sister, her parents, if her parents are living or together. Hell, she might introduce you to people that are important to her, like her pastor, her overseer, whatever the case may be. Doing all this just so she can manipulate you, so she could condition you to be the actual simp. After that, y'all, I want y'all to understand that there's an escalation to this whole process of how women be grooming men to becoming predatory simps. All right. There's a whole escalation process behind this. First of all, there's I call it a predictable sequence. All right. This sequence is this. It started off with admiration. Then next it deals with conditional behavior. Then right after that, it deals with dependency, not interdependency, but dependency. Then it goes to frustration. Then finally, it deals with a predatory response. Okay? That once when this man is conditioned, the man is going to perceive rejection as a violation of an unspoken contract. Remember when I was telling you that these relationships are conditional, right? Then finally, they create a sense of entitlement, which escalates into hostility or coercion. This part that I'm telling y'all right now, ladies, this is the part where this man will be transformed into a predatory simp. I know y'all be sitting up here asking this question. Y'all be like, what did I do to deserve this? What did I do to deserve for this man to, one moment he was being nice to me, then the next moment he's been a predator to me. He's literally sitting up here mad at me. He's frustrated at me. He's doing all this toxic stuff to me. How did this happen? The reason why this happened is because originally you were the one who was the predator. You was the one who was using this dude. You was the one who's conditioned this dude to become a simp. Then once when you don't do a certain thing that he wants you to do and he work hard for, right? Guess what? It's going to turn to frustration and it's going to turn to a predatory response. That's where these negative things happen with women, where they end up dealing with dudes who probably rape them, who probably end up molesting their children, who will literally cuss them out in public, call them B's and H's in public, different things like that, simply because these women was literally manipulating, playing the game with this dude, wanting this dude to be a simp, using this dude every possible way. And now this dude have a predatory response, which once again, this dude have a sense of entitlement, because hell, let's keep it real. Let's be real about this. This dude had did everything. He done simped out by opening up doors for you. He done gave you money. He done paid for your meals. Hell, he didn't even simped out and became a stepfather to your children. Right? He did all these different things, right, without no return in value. All the stuff that he was hoping that these certain type of things will come later on down the line, as long as he feel like that he's proven himself to you, right? But guess what you end up doing? Instead of allowing him to have access to you or to earn that, right? You literally manipulate that dude. You literally tell that dude, nah. You literally tell that dude, well, it's your fault that you did all these things. It's your fault that you made the decision that you decided to do all this stuff. Your fault. I'm just participating in it. All you had to do is just reject me, and that was it. That was it. Now this dude is all mad. He's frustrated because he literally didn't waste his time. Now I want y'all to understand this too. I want y'all to understand that this is a time frame that all of this is happening. Within this time frame, this is happening between 90 days, 120 days or more. Meaning over 3 or 4 months or even longer than that. Sometimes this situation be happening for years. There are other cases where there are men who are literally simps right now while they're married. And they have a lifetime expectancy to be a simp. And so they have been programmed to be this certain type of way. They been programmed to be this certain type of way. And instead of the woman acknowledging that, instead of the woman actually being with this dude because she actually care about him, instead of the woman being with this dude because she actually love him, all she was doing was just using this dude. Let me ask y'all this question and we get it to the comment section. Who fault is this situation? Who fault is it? Is it the woman fault? Or is it the dude fault? Or maybe is it both of their faults? What do y'all think? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say that it's both of their fault. The reason why is because, first of all, dealing with the man, right? Dealing with the man. There's something that we need to want to get over. Okay? We need to get over this whole notion that we need to want to look first, ask questions later. What do I mean by that? What men tend to do is that they look at the woman first, ask questions later. They will admire the woman's beauty, her looks, her aesthetics, right? He'd be like, damn, she look good. Oh man, I got to pull her. So he's looking at all that. Then even when he go and approach the woman, his mindset is not to ask the right questions. His mindset is not to vet out that woman to see if she's appropriate for him. Not at all. His mindset is set on a biological mentality, meaning that this dude mind is thinking about what he could do to that woman, and that's facts. He's thinking about how he could get that woman. Depending on the type of dude, he'll probably be thinking, the first thing he probably thinking about is how he can smash that woman. Or if it's a dude who been, brought up correctly, right, per se, he probably thinking about how he could just simply win her over. Facts. So he's not thinking about vetting her out or nothing like that. All he's thinking about is what he could do with that woman, how he could get that woman. And that's what he ended up doing. And then when the woman ended up allowing him access to that right, then guess what? He believed that he won. He believed that he achieved a goal. And so the next process is that he's going to start, using whatever type of resources that he have available. If he have money, he's going to use monetary resources to, further expand this type of relationship. If he has status, he's going to use status to expand this type of relationship. Whatever type of resources that he have that he can leverage, he's going to leverage that. All in all, why this woman who's not attracted to this dude, right, looking at him as simply as an opportunity. That's it. So the first part of this is absolutely the man's fault. And this is why I'm saying that, man, we have to get over just looking at women based on how the way they look only. Now, I understand that there have to be a certain type of attraction. You know what I'm saying? I get that. But that attraction should stop there. The next step that should be happening in your mindset is that you should be using emotional intelligence right then and there to approach the woman and see what she's about. You can ask simple, open-ended questions within less than 60 seconds, to be honest with you. You really can, and find out a lot about that woman. To be quite honest with you, let's keep it real as well, too. Since we're talking about looks and the status, right? I'm gonna be real with y'all. If you look at that woman, right, and she's dressed in a certain type of way, where she's dressed as sexual, right? She have, her breasts hanging out, her titties hanging out and stuff, right? She's wearing these short, tight skirts and stuff, right? She's dressing like she's a stripper. She's dressing like she's a prostitute, different things like that, right? And she called that grown and sexy. If she's dressing that certain type of way, right? And immediately your first mindset is to smash that woman, that should automatically be a no for you. Right off the rip, that should be a no to you right then and there. Because if your mind thinking that way, then 9 times out of 10, that woman been approached by many other men, right? And not only that, she probably already have a goddamn roster of simps. She have a simp that does her nails. She have a simp who bought them clothes for her. She have a simp that pays her bills. and everything. So if you look at that type of woman, and that's the first thing that's in your head, right? And she's dressed a certain type of way, that should be automatically a red flag to you. Unless you just that type of man who's simply trying to get at that woman, just trying to smash her. That's it. You're not trying to have no relationship with her or nothing like that. There's one step to the rule. But if you literally thinking that you're trying to get a relationship with this woman, you literally think that you can want to change her whole into a housewife, and you know she dresses a certain type of way, it is not going to happen, brother. It's not going to happen. Period. Not going to happen. So yes, absolutely. The first part of that is your fault. It's your fault that you allow yourself to become a simp. You allow these women to literally sit up here manipulate you to get things out of you. You allow these women who just manipulate your mind, thinking that you're supposed to do all these certain things in order to please a woman. Open up doors. Buy them expensive meals. Have sex with them the way that they want you to have sex with them. And all in all, they're not thinking about you at all, period. Not thinking about you. And all in all, they ain't even thinking about what they're going to do in return. They ain't even thinking about reciprocating. Period. So yeah, it's your fault. Let's get into the comments real quick. We're gonna get into the second half of the show. Once again, I appreciate everybody who's in the building. Appreciate everybody who's in the building. Once again, we're talking about women grooming men into predatory simps. Women grooming men into predatory simps. And it's to be honest with y'all, it's so sad about this pandemic or epidemic or whatever you want to call this bullshit, right? It's so bad that I just seen it happening in the streets. I see it happening on social media and everything. And a lot of these men out here, they don't know that they're being groomed. They don't know that they're being manipulated. They don't know that there are predatory women out here who are grooming them to be the way that they want him to be. They don't even understand it. They don't even understand that. They're thinking that it's okay. Well, what if before I get to his comments, what if I were to tell y'all that this grooming was happening even back in the day, in the 70s and the 80s and different things like that? This type of predatory grooming was even happening back then. Will you believe me? Because the proof is in the pudding. Matter of fact, those of y'all know that I am a DJ and stuff, right? So within me DJing, I listen to every genre of music. And every genre of music has simps. It's not just black music, but every genre of music has simps. They have simps who are talking in these songs and stuff, right? Being simpish to women. And so by me listening to these type of music and stuff, right, especially these 70s and 80s and 90s music and stuff, right, men was being groomed to become these predatory simps, how the way they are right now. Got niggas singing out in the rain. Got dudes singing these they call them love songs and stuff, right? But in reality, they're really not love songs. If you listen to the lyrics, if you literally just take time to listen to the lyrics of the songs, you'll discover that they're not love songs. They're simp songs. Let's call it for what it is. Simp songs. They're songs where dudes telling women what they want to hear. They're telling women how the way they want to feel. These songs is not holding women accountable. These songs are not influencing women to be the best version of themselves. It's not. All it is teaching these type of women to be predators. But let's get into the comments, y'all. And we're going to dive deeper into this. And then I see you in the business. What's up with it? let's see. Lana said that's great that they don't make them men. Holy crap, we be doomed. Annette said men ain't men anymore. They whine and complain more than women. What's wrong with men today? They know the woman role and not their own. All right, and I find that interesting. I find that real interesting. The reason why is because it always seemed like that women always want to tell men what they role are. Every single time, it always seems like women want to tell men what their role is to be a man. Have y'all ever wondered why y'all do that? By the way. The reason why y'all do that is because of the predatory behavior that I'm telling y'all about right now. The grooming behavior that I'm telling you right now. Because these type of women, they'll sit up here and tell a man that this how the way you should be a man. You should be a man by doing this, and that. For who? For that woman. You should do this, that, and that. And that will prove that you're a man. The moment when that man resists that type of condition or that type of behavior, right? Guess what? Shaming tactics happen. Oh, you're not a man. You're less than a man. They emasculate you. They literally say that you're acting gay or different things like that. And the crazy part about it, every single time they say stuff like that, I laugh because at the same time, these same type of women participate in the LGBTQ community. Facts. Facts. So they use all these type of shaming tactics, right? But they use it strategically. They use it to where it will want to hurt this dude ego. It will hurt this dude pride to make him recondition himself to think that, well, maybe she's right. Maybe how the way I'm thinking and feeling as a man is incorrect and I need to listen to her. And guess what? The dude ended up participating in that. And he ended up being conditioned. Lionel said this. These women are definitely conditioned. These men today. Joe was so with a salute. Annette said this. If they real men, a woman can't condition them. They should know their role from the father of their life. Which, you know, in that sense, I could agree with that. Modern day men are simps, wimps, and still immature wannabe men. Which, once again, in that sense, I could agree with that because there are modern men, absolutely, who are simps, but they've been conditioned to be simps from different ways. Facts. And what's so sad about it is that it had gotten so bad to where you can't even distinguish the difference between an actual man, right? Or as y'all frame it, right? A real man. You can't distinguish the difference between a real man and a simp these days. All because a lot of these men have been conditioned by these predatory women about how the way they say that they should be a man. And they believe it. Lionel said the fact that you have to add real as a connotation shows, you know, the reality. You just talking to do it. You know the reality of these women making simps. And that said, men put themselves in the friend zone because they ain't grown into men. Which once again, I have to agree with it. I have to agree with it. I do. But at the same time, women also place these dudes in placeholders to put them in the friend zone too. Now, the only thing about it is that this dude have to recognize when he's in the friend zone. He have to recognize the manipulation tactic that these predatory women are doing. If this dude is not getting nothing out of return, then guess what? That is his opportunity to discern that and move on and let it go. I'm gonna share this with y'all. All right, and this is the reason why I know about this situation. Okay. There was a moment in my life, right, where there was a younger lady that I was interested in, right? I was interested in this younger lady. In my mindset, I was thinking that she was interested in me as well too. So this is what she'll do. She'll hit me up with that famous text. Hey, big head, what are you doing? I'm thinking that she's genuinely interested in me, and I respond back, hey, what's up with it? Or I use terms like this to to make her feel good. What's up, love? What's up, lady? What's up, queen? How are you doing? And so we'll have a conversation, right? Then it ultimately end up with me doing something with her. Not sexually, but me doing something with her, like taking her somewhere or whatever. My mindset is thinking that by me doing this, that I'm progressing. I situation or whatever from a friendship into possibly into a relationship. But nope. All in all, that young lady was sitting up here manipulating me. That young lady was sitting up here grooming me to be the way that she wanted me to be, which is a friend zone simp. She would do certain things to reward good behavior. Like say for example, if I were to take her somewhere, right? I take her somewhere, spend time with her. Then the reward would be something simple as thank you so much for doing this, and she'll like give me a kiss on the cheek. She'll possibly will buy me something, but it won't be something that I want. It'll be something that she deemed appropriate to give me, like something simple like food or something like that. And that's it. And I'm thinking that by me doing this, that I'm progressing, but in reality, It had took for one of my homies to bring this to my attention, like, hey, bro, you sitting up here simping over this chick for real. You simping over her, and she's using you. And of course, you know what we do, right? We be thinking that we know it all, right? And we be want to push back on our homies when our homies give you that constructive criticism. And they be real with you and stuff, right? You want to be a bit asshole about it. To my look, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know. Shoot, she this and that and that. And literally try to defend a woman. Be looking goofy as hell. Be looking goofy as hell. But all in all, when it came down to it, she literally showed me her true colors. She showed me her hand. And guess what she said? She said the same thing what Annette would say. She said the same thing what other women would say. Well, it ain't my fault that you put yourself in the friend zone, you know what I'm saying? Because you already knew. You knew where we was at. Did you read the signs? I was giving you different signs that I didn't want to be with you. I was giving you different signs that I didn't want to be in a relationship with you. Did you see the signs? Did you read my mind? And that's what they do. But even though that situation was happening and stuff, right, we can't just blame the woman. Guess who we have to blame? Me. Have to blame me, because I the one who participated in that. I the one who decided to pursue in that. I was the one who did take the time out to vet out and see where she was really at. Me. Likewise, same thing with dudes out there who are simping right now. It's your fault. Yours. Your fault that you're allowing this woman to groom you into the way she wants you to be. A real man won't correct a woman. A real man won't sit up here and talk down on our beautiful black queens, because we need to lift each other up. A real man would call a woman a queen. Because every woman is a queen, knowing good and down well, and ain't no goddamn woman is a damn queen. The woman don't have no type of royalty, don't have no type of inheritance or anything like that, but want you to call them a queen. Just so it can stroke their ego to make them feel like that they're important, that they're special. They say things like this as well too. They'll say things like, "Oh, don't listen to other men because these other men they're jealous. They're jealous." When you listen to these other men who are telling you the truth, no, they're jealous. They're jealous of you. They don't know what they're talking about. That's the same thing what the old chick told me. They don't know what they're talking about. They're just jealous. They just want to be with me. They know they can't get with a woman like me. So that's why they're saying all these things to try to keep us from being together. Do that sound familiar? But all in all, they whole intention is that they're putting you in the friend zone. That they're using you, that they're grooming you and conditioning you to be the way that they want you to be as a man. Couple more comments. We're going to dive deeper into this, y'all. Make sure that y'all hit the thumbs up to show that you supporting this content. All right. So, and then she says, "Is a man going to cry him? A man is going to carry himself as a man. A woman knows a man and immature boy in a body." That's another show for another episode because I do want to touch up on that one. You know what I mean? Got to train her simp. Let's see. Urban, I will find you immature. Urban, I will find you immature or scared from a terrible relationship that shows because you don't base all men the same as you do women. What is your angle, Urban? First of all, I don't give a damn about you thinking about that I'm immature or anything like that. I don't care because I know without a shadow of doubt, even though you're asking a question, I know that you as a woman, that is part of the predatory manipulation tactic that women do. They love to use negative connotations to try to bruise a dude's ego. Or as they call it, to try to downplay the dude or try to dumb him down or to lower him down on his level. I know what it is. I done heard it all before. People that said it all before with me, but guess what? I know who I am as a man, so I don't give a damn about what people think about me. I don't care if you think if it's immature, whatever. Fine, that's your thought process. That's your opinion. By all means, you can have that. All mean. Then also, I don't have to prove anything because also within that comment that displays that I need to prove something to you. I don't have to prove nothing to you, period. Nothing, not whatsoever. Not only with you, but any woman who think that way as well too. I don't have nothing to prove whatsoever. The only people I have to prove is myself, my family, and the Most High God. That's it. That's it. I don't prove nothing to nobody else. If people feel that way, you just feel that way. It's just facts. I don't care. Who cares? And man, this is also a teachable moment as well too. Because once again, this is a certain type of thing that women do to try to manipulate you, to take you out of, who you are, to try to second guess who you are because they want you to be how the way they want you to be. Right? Don't allow these type of women to do that to you. The only way that's going to happen is with you as a man to have a strong foundation and know who you are, period. When you have a strong foundation, you know who you are, period. That foundation is not going to be movable no matter what people throw your way, period. No matter what people say. That's why I say all the time. I don't. Is you can speak your opinion by all means. I don't care. I don't care. But is your opinion going to affect how the way I am as a man? No, it's not, because I know who I am. That's why I can come on here and share my life experiences with people. I could come on here and boldly say that, like I done said before, and I said again, hey, I used to be a simp. Hey, I fell for the bullshit. Hook, line, and sinker. Hey, I was groomed to be the way that women want me to be in the past. Yep, sure was. That's why I could come on here and speak about this, because I have experienced it. This is not something I'm just talking about just to be talking about. This is something that I literally have experienced in my life. And now I'm sharing not only my personal experience, but my professional experience as well too, to help men and women to transition out of this behavior mindset that they have. This modern women, modern men, simp behavior, period. This predatory behavior, period. So it's like I say, it's all good. I don't worry about that. I don't care at all, period. And y'all should know. I don't care. Preach, Urban. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. And then she followed up and said, this will be my last comment. We can get into the content. Final comment. Your mindset is to groom women to be and do what the man wants. Then what do you label that woman? Well, once again, as you can see, this is another predatory grooming tactic that modern women use it. Now she'll call it this. She'll say that, oh, Urban, it's okay, I'm trolling. Right? But what this is another grooming predatory tactic. Instead of just simply asking the question, right? Instead of just asking like, hey, Urban, explain to me your concept about X, Y, and Z. Expound on X, Y, and Z. Instead of saying that, we immediately go into the ad hominems to where, no, this is who you are. You're just doing this because this is what I assume that you are. Don't even know nothing about me whatsoever. None whatsoever. But let's get into the content, y'all. Now, the last thing I was talking about, how this thing is escalated and stuff, right? I was touching up on that. I was also talking about, the tactics that, these women use to shape dudes to becoming these predatory simps and stuff, right? Because they use predatory behavior. And I share with you the type of methods they use, these conditioning methods that they use. One was love bombing. I talked about, they use financial conditioning. I talk about sexual teasing. I talk about public praise as well too. You know what I'm saying? I want to share with y'all this. There's a study, certain platforms that shows how women can condition simp behavior through what is known as parasocial grooming. Okay. That's out of curiosity. Do y'all know what parasocial grooming is? That's out of curiosity. If you don't know, it's fine. I'll explain it to you. Parasocial grooming is this. Parasocial grooming occurs when an online personality fosters a one-sided relationship with an audience member, gradually conditioning them to increase devotion, time, or money. Unlike mutual connections, parasocial relationships are inherently unbalanced. The follower knows the influencer, but the influencer does not know the follower personally. Okay. Parasocial grooming is very important because, once again, this is what happened on these social media streets, as y'all call it. It happens on YouTube, happens on TikTok. It happens on, these paid sites like OnlyFans as well too. And y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Where these certain type of people, they'll end up developing a relationship with their influencer. They develop this relationship where all of a sudden they end up on calling them family, right? Yeah, we're family. We're family. We're community. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? We're family. We're community. But in reality, they don't know nothing about the influencer. But however, the influencer know information about the person who's following them. They know this information about the person that's following them through, doxing tactics, right? Where they'll go and, dox this person, through Facebook or IG or these different things so they can learn about this person. They'll sit up here and pretend that person is your friend. They'll pretend that they love you just so that follower could be groomed. Just so that follower could start donating. This is what we were saying earlier in the one clips that I was showing you with Yada, with Steve Harvey, with all these other influencers that I was showing you in that clip where they was literally using parasocial grooming tactics. Same thing with women influencers as well too. Matter of fact, I'll put it to you this way: same as that thing dealing with the one followers as well too, where it could be vice versa, where the followers would do the same as that thing, where they'll pretend that they're cool with you, they'll pretend that they like you, they will use terms that they love you, they adore you, they adore the things that you got going on, but all of this part of parasocial grooming, where they literally manipulate you thinking that they care about you, but in reality, they're grooming you to become a simp. Oh, you look good in that outfit today, Urban. Oh, man, the things that you're speaking, Urban, oh, my God, it's wonderful. Then the moment when another one person comes and stuff, right, another person comes to give pushback, guess what? That same type of people or said community or family and stuff, right? They will bond together. They'll literally bond together and they will defend. You don't know what you're talking about. You coming on here saying this and that. We don't agree with that, blah, 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 blah. That's parasocial grooming. Okay? Yeah, I see you. What's up with it, bro? There's certain type of mechanism with parasocial grooming that I want to touch on too, which I didn't touch on much of, but attention rewards when it deals with small acknowledgments like likes and thank you messages and reinforces the follower's behavior, right? We got gradual escalation, which over time the expectations are increased. Donations, paid subscriptions, or consistent engagement. Now, in this situation, it deals with when the influencer or whoever it is, right? They start saying that you're good, your family, whatever and stuff, right? And they start giving out gifts. They're giving giveaways. They're doing these different things to influence you to follow them even more, to make it seem like, oh man, this is wherever they're doing it is awesome. It is great. But in reality, they're grooming. Then dealing with withdrawal threats, meaning that annoying or withholding interactions when expectations are unmet creates anxiety in the follower, pushing them to increase their efforts. So meaning there'll be a point in time, right, where say for example, I'll give y'all an example, like this comment with Annette, right? This comment with Annette. I keep on showing, the comments with Annette to validate that I'm acknowledging her in the one comments and stuff, right? And I keep doing that. Every episode that she comes to, and I keep constantly doing that. That all of a sudden, one day, I just decide not to do it anymore. I'm not going to acknowledge her at all, period. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to acknowledge her. I'm not going to do none of that. That is part of a parasocial grooming method. Because now what's going to happen with her is that she's going to start thinking about it. The very first thing that's going to happen in her mind is that, did I do something to him Or did I do something to this influencer? Did I do something to this content creator for this person to not even acknowledge me now? And so within return of that behavior, guess what? She's going to try even harder to push herself so she could be acknowledged. Once again, that's parasocial grooming. And so eventually, I end up on finally say, you know what? Let me go and show her and come in on her again. And I show her, and she finally got that acknowledgement. Parasocial grooming. This type of predatory manipulation tactics is the same thing that modern women use to condition these dudes to be simps as well too. Another case in point, men who follow, OnlyFans, right? Who follow OnlyFans models and stuff, and they doing live shows and stuff, right? And these OnlyFans models will acknowledge this dude. Acknowledge him again. Thank you so much for the $20 donation. Thank you so much for this type of donation. Thank you for that, right? Then all of a sudden she just stopped doing it. Then the dude start thinking about it. He like, what the hell? Like, I'm sitting up here, I'm in the chat chain, acknowledging me, I ain't doing them, whatever stuff, right? And so it pushes him to want to donate more. Like, maybe if I give him more money, then she's finally going to acknowledge me. Then eventually, that influencer ended up doing that. He get acknowledged, and now he's been conditioning. He's been conditioning now to understand that the one way that she's going to acknowledge him is that he had to give something of a high value. Once again, that's parasocial grooming. Okay. Now, dependency creation, right? The follower ties self-worth to digital validation, becoming dependent on the influencer responses. Now, I already said this and stuff, right? But once again, the follower ties self-worth to digital validation, becoming dependent, not independent, but dependent on the influencer response. So once again, the longest the influencers keep doing what they doing and stuff, right, that dude is going to be conditioned to give, no matter what. Now, once again, I spoke about OnlyFans and stuff, right? Because that's one of the main platforms that these dudes be simply going on and simping on for these type of women and stuff, right? But at the same time, there are other platforms that does this too. Like case in point with YouTube, you'll have a certain influencer or follower or content creator that you follow, right? And this content creator do the same as that thing where they end up on, putting your comment up here, right? To make it seem that he's acknowledging you or she's acknowledging you, whatever the case may be, right? And you feel special. You feel that you're being rewarded for your efforts. And then they end up stop doing it, right? And now you feel inadequate. What it's doing is created what is known as a dependency, that you have to depend on that influencer or that content creator to give you that type of acknowledgement. There's a I'm gonna share with y'all some data as well too. Matter of fact, let me share with y'all this data so y'all can understand where I'm coming from. All right. I'm share this with y'all. That's not the one I want. I want the other one. My bad. I want the other one. So here's the one data, and this data came from the Pew Research Center. This ain't something that I made up. This is literally data that is peer reviewed. Okay, from the Pew Research Center. This infographic that I'm sharing with y'all right now, this is the one infographic dealing with women grooming men into predatory simps. Okay. Now, as you see on the data, right, it starts off with validation, which is on the lowest part of this graph. It starts off with validation. Then it starts escalating into conditioning. Then right afterwards, there's a dependency stage. Is what we're talking about right now. That dependency stage where they need to have that dependency with that person or that woman or that influencer, whatever the case may be, right? That after the dependency stage, it comes frustration. Now, at this point, this dude or this man feel like that he had put all this effort into proving his worth to this woman. This is the part where this woman will use these talker points saying that, well, you should have known. You should have known that I wasn't attracted to you. You should have known that I put you in the friend zone. You should have known that I was just using you. It comes into frustration. Then right after frustration, it enters into predation. Predation is another word for turning into a predator, where this dude ended up becoming a predatory simp. In the red pill community, we call this the awakening moment. We call this when that man have a awakening moment when he realized that he been manipulated, he been used by not only this type of one woman, right? He didn't learn his lesson, so he decided to do it again. He didn't learn this lesson. He decided to do it again and again and again and again. And finally, he got to this frustration part, right? And now he's at this predatory level where now he's having a red pill awakening moment. He's having this realization that women are shit. He's having this realization that I don't trust women no more. He's having this realization that he shouldn't have did what he did to these said type of women. And so there's a path that he ended up on taking. There are several paths he ended up taking. One path is that he ended up becoming a predatory simp. Another path that he ended up taking is that he ended up on learning from the errors of his ways, and he started acknowledging it, and it makes him a better person, and he started seeking out stoicism. He started seeking out religion. He started seeking out, certain proverbs or African proverbs, what the case may be, to better him as a man. And he learned from it, and he moved forward, and he make him become a better man. But in most cases, if he don't have that type of influence, he don't have that type of men in his life, such as myself, who are acknowledging this behavior, who've been dealing with this behavior and know how it is and know how to get out of it and know how to move forward as a man. If he don't have that type of mentorship, then 9 times out of 10, he's going to enter into this predatory behavior of a predatory simp. Well, now at this point, he is doing it out of expectation. If he don't get nothing out of return, ladies, this is when he become toxic. This is when he become narcissistic. This is when he become controlling. This is when he become all them things that y'all fear as a woman. Let me share this also with you too. Here's the one tactics that women may use. Once again, all this is peer reviewed. Okay. Here's the one tactics that women may use. Women may use these different tactics to groom simp behavior. All right. And as you see at the bottom, I was talking about the escalation path where I was talking about admiration, the conditioned behavior, the dependency, the frustration that finally it creates a predatory response. Now, the first part of this tactic that women use was talking about love bombing, correct? And as you can see, on the influence level of this chart, the influence is up to 70% love bombing. Financial conditioning is at 60%. The sexual teasing is roughly around about 55%. And finally, public praise is at 50%. So what you can conclude on this particular chart, on this particular data is that love bombing is the number one tool that women use. And that's facts. Love bombing is the number one tool that women use to groom simp behavior anonymously. Did I get to the other one? And here's the final data. Once again, all of this is peer review. This is through the peer Pew Research Center, okay? According to the 2021 study of this, right, there a certain percentage of men who end up suffering, being victims of becoming simps. All right. When we look at this, all of this in general, it's about at 40%. When we look at at the severe harassment part of it, it's roughly about 25%. Then we look at women, right? It's less than 35 with sexual harassment. Then it's less than 35 sexual harassment dealing with men as well too. So once again, when I talk about this, y'all, when I talk about this information to y'all, this is not something that I'm making up. This is not something I'm just talking on the top of my head. This is something that I know by not only experience, but also through data and also through professional experience as well too. So once again, like I say, y'all can want to take it for what it is. You can agree with it or you can disagree with it, but the fact remains that this is happening. The fact remains that yes, women are grooming men to become simps. And by them grooming men to becoming simps, it leads through the data. It eventually leads into predatory behavior. And this is where women who are part of the feminist movement will start talking about this in their talking points, where they're saying men be sitting up here abusing women and doing all these things to women. Yes, I agree, they do. Absolutely, they do. But we also have to include that all of this comes from this predatory simp behavior. It comes because these modern women are grooming men to become these simps. Now, parasocial grooming, it creates an environment where women can condition male followers into excessive simping behavior. The progression moves from, that's like a simple devotion to financial. Then it also deals with psychological dependency, setting the stage for predatory entitlement when expectations are unmet. So, in conclusion to this, right, ladies, it is not beneficial for you to want groom men into becoming simps. It is not beneficial for you physically, mentally, or spiritually to groom this dude to become simps. Period. Because when you do that, right, the end result is that they're going to have one or two things that's going to happen to them. They're either going to become a predator, they're either going to become a predator, or they're going to have a awakening moment where they're going to learn from the errors of the way, and it's going to teach them how to better themselves as men, and we're going to teach them how to vet out women. Last but not least, I want to share this with my fellow brethren out there who are listening right now. All right, I want to share this with y'all. I want to give y'all 5 red flags that y'all need to watch out for. Okay, dealing with these women who trying to groom you into becoming a predatory simp. I'm gonna give y'all 5 things. Okay, and I guarantee that these 5 things is going to help you vet out these type of women. When you hear these 5 things, I'm pretty sure you're gonna notice it for real. Hell, you might have a woman that's in women that's in your corner right now. And when I share these 5 things with you, you're gonna be like, you know what, Urban? Hell yeah, she's doing that for real. I didn't even think about it like that. Let me share with y'all these 5 things, 5 red flags that y'all need to watch out for. I'm helping y'all out, brothers, for real. Here's 5 things. Number 1 is this. The self-worth is tied to a woman's approval. Can y'all hear me? Oh, hold up. Let me see. Oh, y'all hear me to my audio high. I think it's you, Constance. Yeah, that's you, Constance. But yeah. So the first thing is this. The first thing is this. Self-worth is tied to a woman's approval. What I mean by that? What do I mean by that? The only way that you're going to receive your self-worth as a man is going to be based on that woman approval of you as a man. Remember when I was sharing with y'all earlier when I was addressing the comment with Annette, right? And she's trying to literally tell me how to be a man, what I should be as a man. And I responded back by saying, hey, this is what women do to men. In a way, they always want to tell us how to be men, right? But when it comes to us telling a woman, when it's us to telling women how to be women, guess what? They'll give us pushback on that right then and there. They'll say, we don't know what we're talking about. But that's what they do. The first thing that they do is that they'll tie in self-worth into their woman's approval, meaning that the only way she's going to consider you as being a man is that you have to follow her certain criteria of being a man. Not your criteria of being a man, her criteria of being a man. And she'll use different manipulative tactics to literally program you to think that her ways is more sufficient than yours. That's number one. Number two, pressure to spend money or time as a proof of loyalty. Once again, pressure to spend money or time as a proof of loyalty. She will literally pressure you into doing something that you don't want to do with your finances. It can be anything. She'll pressure you to donate. She'll pressure you into getting things done for her, like her nails done, paying her bills, taking her out on these expensive meals. Hell, some of them will even go so further, will even pressure you into investing into their certain business ventures. Oh, I'm trying to be a real estate agent and I just need funding to help do that. Number three is this. Praise only occurs during submissive behavior. Once again, praise only occurs during submissive behavior. I was on the panel almost a week or two ago, and the women on the panel, they was talking about sex and stuff, right? They was literally explaining all these things that they wanted a man to do to them sexually and stuff, right? And those was happy about it, they was happy, yeah, do this and that, and of course it was some man on panel was agreeing to it and stuff, right? But I had challenged that. I simply have said, well, y'all talking about y'all, but what about the men? What about us? What are y'all going to do to us to satisfy us, to please us? The response was, well, it should be already understood, Urban. Was already understood, should it be acknowledged? But wait a minute, hold up. It's okay for y'all to acknowledge it. But when it comes to a man acknowledging it, no, he shouldn't say that. The reason why I'm bringing this up because it goes to the this other point where praises only occur during submissive behavior. As long as this dude is docile, as long as he's shutting up, as long as he quote unquote reading the room, then that dude is going to receive praises. He's going to receive admiration. Yeah, I appreciate you being this certain type of way versus this type of way. The last one is this. Hostility appears when boundaries are enforced. Once again, hostility appears when boundaries are enforced. So when you as a man end up setting boundaries for yourself, right? Meaning that you have self-worth, you love yourself, you have certain expectations that you follow for yourself, and you share these same expectations with that said woman, and she don't give you pushback on that. She end up being hostile over that. She end up becoming chaotic over that. She end up saying that, no, you're being masculine because of that. No, not only you being masculine because of that, you're being misogynistic because of that. All because you have certain type of boundaries, then that's a red flag. Why is it okay for her to have boundaries with you, right? But it's not okay for you to have boundaries with her. Why is it okay for her to enforce boundaries with you? No matter how extreme it is, but it's not okay for you to enforce boundaries with her. They'll enforce boundaries sexually with you. They'll say that, hey, you have to wait 90 days before we can have sex. Hell, some of them will say that they're celibate and they're going to wait until you get married to have sex with them. But when you say that, well, since we're not having sex, I'm not going to help you financially. I'm not going to do things financially with you. They'll literally say this. They'll literally say, why you not going to do that? Why you not going to do things financial for me? Why you not going to pay for the day? Why you not going to do these different things for me? They'll say that in a narcissistic way. When they say that, that's a red flag. There's a red flag that you have to watch out for as a man. So once again, let me repeat this now so y'all can get it, so y'all can clip it. Red flags that men need to watch out for so they won't get caught up to becoming a predatory simp. First of all, self-worth is tied to a woman's approval, pressure to spend money or time as proof of loyalty, praises only occurs during submissive behavior, and finally, hostility appears when boundaries are enforced. Now, to be honest with y'all, right? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna be real about it. Not every simp develops independently, okay? Some are actually groomed into the role through conditioning. And the result is a cycle where admiration becomes dependency and dependency escalates into entitlement. But it's important for y'all to recognize the tactics and cycle so you could break the pattern. And that's all that I'm trying to share with you tonight. Trying to give you wisdom through my personal anecdotal experience and my professional experience as well too, to give you wisdom so you can understand that there are women out there who are grooming men to becoming simps. And within them grooming them to becoming simps, that do end up becoming a predatory simp. This is absolutely facts. If you are that woman out there who are doing this to men right now, I'm going to let you know this, that it's going to be a day where that dude is going to realize, he's going to realize that you're grooming him. And it normally happens when it's going to be something that he wants. It may be as simple as him want to spend time with you, all the way up to him want to smash you. When that moment comes and you give him pushback on that, and you start, attacking him, and then he end up having that awakening moment, guess what? You just created a villain. Guess what? You just created a predatory simp. And what's worse about this situation for you ladies is this. Not only you create this predatory simp for not only yourself, But you create this predatory simp for your fellow sisterhood. You know the sisterhood that y'all say that, y'all all together and stuff, right? That y'all, protect each other. Y'all share each other, inner thoughts, and y'all helping to uplift each other, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? Y'all literally setting the stage for this dude to become that villain, to become that predatory simp to not only yourself, but to your fellow sisters. What this dude end up leaving from your situation, right? Going to a whole nother situation. And guess what? That situation end up becoming toxic, narcissistic, controlling in a negative way. And you're trying to figure out how did all this happen? How did this dude become this way? You. Then the other part about it is, yeah, absolutely, the man did chose to be this way as well too. Absolutely. So it is my job and my responsibility over here at the Lounge to show y'all this, to show y'all the truth on this. Now, I'm sorry that if this episode was a super entertaining or anything like that, the reason why, because to be honest with y'all, due to me dealing with this and being through this stuff, right, I take these certain situations serious for real because I know the outcome behind this. And to be honest with you, I am thankful for real that when I had my awakening moment, I am so thankful that I didn't want to transition into becoming a predatory simp. I'm thankful for that for real. I'm thankful that I had people in my life who helped mentor me, who helped me transition out of, the things that I was dealing with. There may be men out there right now. You may not had that same type of experience as I had. I had people that would help mentor me. It's okay. It's fine. That's what the Lounge is for. The Lounge is for to show y'all the truth about this. Even if you don't like it or not, you don't agree with it or whatever, right? Fine. But it's here to design to tell you the truth about all these different things that are happening in this modern time, in these relationships, so you can move accordingly. Because at the end of the day, I don't want men to go through what I've been through. I don't want men to become simps. And the only way for us to acknowledge this is for us to talk about it. It's for us to discuss the behavior. It's not for us to sweep it on the rug because it hurt people's feelings. It's not for us to, we need to lift each other up as black people. We be tearing each other down as black people all the time. No, sometimes it takes for us to tear certain situation down in order for it to build itself back up again. That's facts. Sometimes it takes destruction in order for it to be built up to the way that it need to be built up. Not all the time, but sometimes in certain situations, sometimes chaos is needed. So you can learn the truth about it. So you can learn the truth about it and learn the errors of your way so you can move forward. So this whole entire show, though, like I say, is not super entertaining. I'm sharing with y'all information. I'm sharing with y'all data so you can make a choice. Whatever you decide to do with wherever this information, I give it to y'all to the best of my ability. That is totally up to you. If you find this information useful, make sure you stay sub up to the channel because we got more that we're going to talk about. Because I was only talking about the predatory behavior of what these women do, but I have not yet scratched the surface talking about the actual predatory behavior of these modern simps. Guess what? I will be talking about that. And we'll be going into detail about that. And I will be sharing data with you as well, too. So you as a woman could watch out for these type of men with this predatory behavior. So you won't be a victim of this predatory behavior. But this show tonight is for the men. So they won't be a victim of these women and this predatory behavior, grooming these dudes to become simps. Period. So once again, shout out to everybody who's in the building who tuned into the show. Hope that the things that I share with y'all to the best of my ability, you understand where I'm coming from. If not, it is all good. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind expounding or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of information out here. All right. So I appreciate everybody who tuned into the show. Make sure that you want thumbs up to one stream with this thought-provoking content. Make sure that you also follow my other videos that I have dropped this week and other weeks prior to that as well too, to show that you want to support the channel. So other than that, y'all have a great and wonderful night, and I will see y'all again on the next episode, y'all.